Hello and welcome to our next instalment in our A to Z videos on problems that we find inside a general podiatric clinic. And remember to keep an eye on NK Sports Podiatry's page for their A to Z on MSK podiatric conditions and complaints. And today is the turn of V. Yes, you've guessed it, we are covering varicose veins. Now, what are varicose veins? Well, they are those swollen, enlarged veins that you tend to find within the legs, the ankles and the feet. And you can get two types. You can get what's called the trunk variety, which are the thick, bluish, discoloured, knobbly veins that are quite prominent in the legs. And you can also get the spider vein or the thread veins, which are more on the surface. But what actually causes varicose veins? Well, they occur in the veins when the valves have been weakened or damaged and they're not able to pump the blood back up the legs, back to the heart, and it starts to flow back down those veins again, and it just leads to those veins distending, getting those bobbly appearances because of the extra pressure that is there. Now, why is this important in a podiatric clinic? Well, it can lead to a number of problems. It can lead to quite heavy, aching, uncomfortable legs. It can make the legs, the feet and the ankles swell. It can cause a burning or throbbing sensation within the legs, and often it can cause night cramps in the muscles as well. And the other effect is you can get quite dry, itchy skin over a varicose vein. And if you scratch those repeatedly, you can actually break the skin open, and that can lead to varicose ulcerations, which are really quite nasty. But how do you get them? Well, unfortunately, as with a lot of podiatric problems, women are a little bit more prone, and that's due to things like pregnancy. But just increasing age, long periods of standing, if you've had a job that required you standing for a long time, that can lead to varicose veins. If you are overweight, unfortunately that extra pressure of the weight on your legs can lead to varicose veins, and genetic as well. If it runs in the family, unfortunately you are quite likely to get them. Now, what can we do about varicose veins? Well, if they're really, really bad, then you can get them treated surgically. They're not so keen on doing that anymore. And what they like to do these days is actually give you compression stockings to try and help pump that blood back up to the heart, so you're not getting as many problems. If you are getting the dryness over them, it's really, really important that you moisturize your legs, ankles and feet and stop that potential breakdown, because the ulcers are really quite nasty, painful and hard to heal as well. But how can you avoid them? Well, try not to stand still for long periods of time, because that does lead to problems, and try not to sit for long periods of time as well. Try and get up and move around every 20 to 30 minutes and keep that blood flowing quite nicely. If you are taking regular breaks, try and raise the legs up, and if you get particularly swollen feet and legs, then do sit with your feet elevated, ideally above heart level, just to let everything kind of flow back down again. Exercise regularly. The more you can keep those muscles pumping, the better. And as I say, compression stockings if they are particularly bad and nasty and leading to some problems. So that is V for varicose veins. If you have any comments, questions or queries, feel free to pop them in the comments or message me directly, and I will be back with our next instalment later.